Okay, my name is Yetty Faridatul Ulfah, and my friend is Karina Sofiananda Armaza Faraba. Today we are going to have a presentation about English-specific purpose university students' language anxiety, strategies utilized by lecturers to diminish language anxiety and boost communication proficiency. That's my title for today's conference. Okay, so we begin with the introduction. The first is about regulation of English for specific purpose, or we can say ESP. This obligation aligns with the Republic of Indonesia Government Regulation on National Educational Standards number 19 of 2005, Article 9, Paragraph 2, which specifies that English is among the obligatory curricula at the higher education unit level in Indonesia. And then talking about the primary hurdle arises from the cognitive and psychological factors affecting students with limited proficiency in the English language. We see that educators faced with the task of instructing English courses to students who are not maturing in English encounter unique challenges. So one of the psychological phenomena observed among students learning as the second language is language anxiety, which is caused by several factors and can significantly impair the language learning process. Okay, and then we go to the language anxiety. You know that language anxiety refers to a psychological occurrence wherein individuals encounter apprehension while engaging with a language they haven't mastered completely. This unease manifests in various communication scenarios, including public speaking, conversing, or undergoing oral assessment in a foreign language. And language anxiety itself can exert a notable influence on student ability to communicate effectively while English as second language, or ESL, like in our country, Indonesia. Language anxiety can impair students' capacity to comprehend and interpret English proficiently. Okay. And then how about the lecturer's role to alleviate university student language anxiety within ESP classes? That lecturers should be acting not only as educator but also as guides and mentors, because they can provide emotional support to students' experiences language anxiety. It means that they must help them to manage stress, increasing self-confidence, and also motivating them to continue learning. Okay, so our research is based on the previous research. There are four research or previous research. The first is the research from Anggraini and Putri, that they studied about the factors influencing foreign language anxiety among students in a speaking class and their perception regarding strategies to overcome it. And then the second research from Irmayani, she has some results that is teacher perspective in alleviating students' apprehension in speaking English, as well as students' perspectives on the effectiveness of these strategies implemented by teachers to mitigate speaking anxiety. And then Al-Rabai investigates about the impact of anxiety-reducing strategies. And then Chuan, the last research, investigates about the strategies adopted by universities lecture to alleviate anxiety among EFL learners. Okay, so from the explanation above, this research aims to explore the types of language anxiety students encounter and also the strategies lecturers employ to alleviate students' anxiety in English for specific purposes learning in order to boost their communication skill at Mamba'ul Ulum Islamic Institute of Surakarta. Okay, and then for the literature review, we have three. The first is about the research methodology is qualitative research method, and then we have case study approach, and then for the research subject, it included students enrolled in an even semester consisting of the second and the fourth semester in the academic year of 2023 and 2024. And also, we have English lecturers at Mamba'ul Ulum Islamic Institute of Surakarta. The research informant consisted of 9 students of ESP class and also 4 ESP lecturers. Okay, and then about data collection, it was accomplished through interviews, questionnaires, observation, and documentation. And then for analysis technique, we had data analysis that was conducted employing phenomenological analysis techniques. Okay, so here we go. We come to the main result and discussion. Okay, so we see research data related to language anxiety was obtained from ESP classes consisting of English for Islamic Studies, TOEFL class, and also English for early childhood education. So as I told you earlier that the respondent or the informants here are 9 students joining ESP class, and we have the result here. Okay, as you can see in the screen, they mentioned that the first student, for example, he mentioned that he had difficulty or he had language anxiety in terms of listening and speaking, and you can see the interview result in the table there. Okay, and then the second student also argued that he had language anxiety in listening and structure. And then the third student, listening and reading. And then fourth student, speaking. The fifth student said that speaking and writing. And then the sixth, speaking and reading. Seventh, speaking and grammar. And then the eighth student, listening and writing. And then the last student said that she had difficulties or she had anxiety in speaking, writing, and grammar. Okay, and how about the lecture strategies to reduce language anxiety in ESP class? Yeah, as I told you before that we had four ESP lecturers to answer about the strategies that they used in reducing language anxiety among students in ESP class. And you can see in the box here. Yeah. Okay. So basically, the four lecturers had different strategies, yeah, to solve the problems. And you see that based on the result of interviews with four ESP lecturers, it can be seen that they have different strategies for each learning topics: listening, writing, reading, in reducing language anxiety experienced by students. In addition, they also provide strategies to reduce students' anxiety when speaking English. Okay, so the next part, this is the deeper analysis of the data. Yeah, based on interviews and questionnaires with 9 students joining ESP class, 6 students state that they experience language anxiety when speaking. Okay, so it is based on the previous study that most of ESP learning students said that speaking is the most difficult or the most part to have to be learned, and it makes them difficult. It makes them anxiety. Yeah, it makes them worries when they face the learning. Okay. And then in this research, several factors are identified as the reason why many students experience speaking anxiety encompassing feeling embarrassed to speak, not being confident, being confused about what to say, being afraid of making a mistake, and also being afraid of being blamed by the lecturers, and also being laughed at by friends. Yeah. And according to the previous study, yeah, those reasons are for internal and external factors. Okay. And then how about listening anxiety? Yeah. Okay, that the findings of the research indicate that the second most prevalent form of language anxiety experienced by ESP class student is listening. So after speaking, they had anxiety in listening class. Yeah. Okay, the reason for student anxiety during, especially I mean for listening, especially when they had TOEFL class. Yeah, because TOEFL class consists of listening part. Yeah, listening learning. Okay, so the reason for students' anxiety during TOEFL listening lessons include the rapid pronunciation of native speakers, which often renders speech inaudible and difficult to detect. Okay, and then the last anxiety that student had was writing and reading anxiety. Yeah, the data revealed that 3 out of 9 students experience anxiety when writing in English. Yeah, and then language anxiety in writing using English as a second refers to nervousness or apprehension individuals feel when composing text in English. Okay, now that's about the analysis of their anxiety. And how about analysis of lecture strategies to diminish students' anxiety? Based on the data analysis, several strategies are identified that lecturers use to reduce language anxiety in speaking lesson. The first is encouraging students to consistently speak in English by focusing on communication over grammatical accuracy, and then building students' confidence, such as giving them more rehearsal or practice, and then fostering a friendly and supportive classroom environment, such as encouraging them and praising their efforts and working in small groups or maybe pairs to provide more opportunities for interaction. Okay, so how about in addressing listening anxiety? ESP lecturers employ several strategies to alleviate this issue. And then for reducing language anxiety in learning writing, they had also strategies. Yeah, you can see in the screen. Yeah, there are 5 strategies. Okay. Yeah, that's all. So in conclusion, the most common language anxiety experienced by students in ESP classes at Islamic Mamba'ul Ulum, yeah, here in the institution, is speaking anxiety, particularly when they are required to present assignment in front of the class, engage in discussion, and respond to the lecturer's question. The next prevalent language anxiety occurs during listening activities, especially in TOEFL courses where listening is a skill studied in depth. Conversely, writing and writing anxieties are less prevalent. Yeah, writing anxiety stems from the student's hesitation in formulating sentences in English. Okay, and then reading anxiety arises from their limited ability to comprehend English sentences effectively. And all of these language anxiety can be mitigated through strategies implemented by the lecturers, yeah, who teach ESP classes, as they play a crucial role in reducing the language anxiety experienced by their students. The strategies employed vary according to the specific language anxiety faced by the student, and it includes motivating students to remain active and also ask them to engage in the class, and then ask them to practice questions, and then offering mentorship, yeah, and etc. Okay, that's all about our presentation today. I hope this research bring benefit for you all. Thank you so much. Bye.